Hi there, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. Before I start here with your new moon reading, I want to say thank you so very much for all of your comments, all of your love, and all of your light. It's beyond touching. I wake up oftentimes with tears, so thank you so much for it all. So, this new moon is significant, right? In and of itself, the new moon represents a time for deep, deep introspection, right? Entering that space of absolute stillness and honesty with ourselves, right? With our soul self. It's that reflective space, right? It's almost like this, and I have this vision whenever, I think about the period of the new moon and what it means. It's kind of like walking through a dimly lit cave, right? And there's just a faint glow of light that enters it, right? And there's water, right, sitting about at the floor of this cave. And it's night, so you know that you must enter the cave for shelter. Right? Naturally, by way of the cycle of the day and the night, you must enter this more reclusive space. So you step into this cave, right? And yes, right, it's interesting because it's a space that houses us, right? That provides a sense of shelter in a way, right? But also one that is dark, that is compelling, that is provocative, right? That is maybe not easy to step into. And so it's this dichotomy that is so powerful during this time, right? Of entering that space in the back of our minds, in our subconscious, in our psyche, really, right? Of this cave, so to speak. And so when you enter this dark space, right? You look down beneath you and you see water, right? You see water, not clearly though, not clearly. You only see it by way of the faint glimmer of light that shines through the dwelling. And so you kneel down, and the only thing you see, right, in that moment and in that space is the reflection, right, of yourself, but in such a way that is almost like shadowed, right? Your shadow self. And so it's in this space and in this time that we are beckoned, right? Even drawn to, as difficult as it may be, to that space of honesty, of stillness, of reflection. So I wanted to open it with that. That was rather channeled. It just flowed to me, but it feels so real to what this period of time really is conducive for. Right? So the new moon, having understood that sort of perception of it, is a beautiful time to release, right? To sift through the energetic archives of our being, right? the energy that either we hold on to or that holds us in some shape or form by way of the past in some way, right? Or even the present, or even the future, right? Whatever fear we hold, whatever apprehension we have along our journey in time and space, which of course is an illusion, right? So it's about sifting through, right? Digging really deep, digging really deep. It's a very Plutonic energy, very Plutonic energy, very true, right? It's yes, entering the shadow space, but to obliterate it, but to confound it, right? Like the Tower card, right? In tandem with the Death card, right? The new moon is a time for removing any hindrances, any blockages that may stand in our path to ascension, to reaching our absolute potential, our highest light and vibration, which we all have, right? Just waiting to shine. So, it's not an easy time, right? Not in the least bit. It can be difficult coming to terms, right, with what we've experienced and the shifting of perception in such a way that allows us to view what we've experienced in a way that is removed, detached, right, from our soul journey. Viewing it as a human experience not meant to hinder us or our growth, but to propel us forward, right? To show us where our difficulties lie in whatever realm of life, right? Where our weaknesses are, so that we can become aware of them, right? It's really a gift. It's such a gift when we shift our perception, right? Of what we encounter, who we encounter, right? What they illuminate for us within ourselves. So that really is the new moon space, right, that we enter around this time. Introspection, release, but simultaneously, right, as sort of you release what does not serve you, right, and you recognize, right, it's like taking a flashlight into the deepest part of your psyche, and putting a name, almost putting a face to the name, right, of what energetic blockages may subsist, right, even subconsciously, that we don't realize on, let's say, a daily, very conscious level, right, basis even. So absolutely take this time to, on the one hand, right, take that flashlight out, enter the cave, right, face the water and your reflection. What do you see, right? What do you see? What is holding you back in any way? Come to terms with that, accept it, make peace with it, and release it. If you feel and you find that it does not align with the other side to this new moon period, which is the alignment, right, with what we do want to plant the seed towards as manifestation for this next cycle. So, and it's kind of like this. It's kind of like a detox, right? And I love, life is full of patterns, right? And it's just a matter of seeing it in this way, of seeing where the synchronicities lie, even within the law of nature itself. So it's kind of like this, right? When you detoxify your body, right, and you go through a physical detox. Let's say, right, you You want to reestablish the flora in your gut, right? Your microbiome. Well, what do you have to do? You have to clear out the bad bacteria, and you have to supplement with the good bacteria. It's not enough, right, to just kill off what does not help our body thrive and nourish. You have to simultaneously, right, supplement with what does. So it's a matter of releasing what does not align with us spiritually and otherwise, and even physically. The new moon is a beautiful time to engage in any kind of detox of any sort, right? The moon's energies are very conducive towards that. But always, right? This is not to substitute medical advice, right? Professional medical advice. So do consult your physician. Okay, I'm obligated to say that, right? But nonetheless, it's a beautiful time, right? The moon's energies are very, very conducive for release. Okay, absolutely, of many kinds. So releasing what does not serve us, and simultaneously allowing to enter in and replace it within our psyche, right, are the seeds of our intentions, are the seeds of what we want to see come to life, right? Come to life. So it's the de-weeding of our garden, so to speak, that very sacred space, making it one that is ultimately fertile, right? Fertile for the planting of our soul truth and our soul dreams and our soul aspirations as time moves forward. So I hope this new moon period is a time of self-empowerment, of truth for you all in some shape or form. I absolutely believe it will be. I know it is absolutely for myself. So thank you so much for tuning into this segment here, and I'm going to proceed with your readings. Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for your patience. Appreciate that. This is your new moon reading. Whoa. Did you see? I don't know if you saw it. I saw it and I felt it. The way that card just fluttered out. Like, I'm talking fluttered. The Lovers. Nice. So, every time I try to say something, Sagittarius, what's going on? Lovely. All right. Well, I was compelled to flip the deck over, and we have the Hierophant overlaying the Four of Pentacles. I want to take these two cards, okay, and I'll keep shuffling them. I'll sort of keep shuffling them. Because it seems that the deck is telling its story right up and out. Hanged Man, Two of Swords, Six of Swords. Two of Swords in reverse. Lovely. I like to see that in reverse. Nonetheless, I was trying to communicate that the new moon reading will apply to a few days after and a few days before even also of the new moon, which was yesterday, 26th. So, just keep that in mind as this reading assesses the energies of the beginning of this new moon cycle that will set the tone for the month ahead. Exciting stuff. I'm feeling like wind against my face, Sagittarius. That's what I'm feeling for you. I'm feeling respiration. I'm feeling fresh breath, renewal, emotional renewal, long-awaited emotional renewal. All right? I'm feeling that you're getting in the rhythm of things. You're feeling somewhat in order. I'm absolutely feeling that. I'm feeling that there's a certain streamlined nature to your energy here. Okay. Alrighty. Sagittarius, I think you got, I think it was you who got the Two of Cups. And Justice it was, right? There was a theme of partnership. Absolutely. And the way that card flew out, it's like the apex, the pinnacle, the crown of this whole spread. So, if it may regard another person, absolutely. It could speak to partnership. It could speak to a love situation. I will say that. Or it can speak to simply the emotional bliss and satisfaction, a sense of peacefulness, right, that we find, feeling very much compassionate towards ourselves, first and foremost, and bringing that space and that radiating love and light and compassion towards others, right, in our relations with others. So, but I'm feeling, wow, your theme is the Six of Wands, overlaying the world, overlaying the Moon in reverse, overlaying the Ace of Wands in reverse, overlaying the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, I could keep going. I could keep going. The Three of Cups upright, Daughter of Pentacles upright, Emperor. Okay. So whatever this journey is, okay, it's speaking to your sense of emotional satisfaction and bliss, feeling emotionally stable, if anything, right? Within ourselves. Now, but this could be a partnership. I'm feeling also greater freedom to experience emotional renewal. I'm feeling that strongly as well. It's that feeling of streamlined, right? Energy, such that it's sort of like, okay, imagine that you're pushing a barrel up a mountain, and then you have to build your momentum and maintain your strength until you get to that certain point at the top where there's some flat ground, right? And you no longer have to push the barrel. The barrel can just sort of sit. That's the feeling I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Okay? It's about building your momentum to a certain place, to a certain peak, the apex, where you can sit at the top of that mountain and enjoy the view, right? And there's an airiness there. There's an absolute airiness there. Let me tune in here, Sagittarius. Now, okay. You have 2 6s. You have 3 6s, actually. You have 3 6s. The Six of Wands, the Lovers, which is the number 6 major arcana card. The Six of Swords. And you have a significant number of 2s, or illustrations that suggest a pair. So the Two of Swords, the Lovers, 2 doves, and the Two of Cups. Okay. So I'm sensing that whatever this transformation is, absolutely a transformation, right? Transformation. Chrysalis, the butterfly breaking out from its cocoon. Free flight. it regards your personal identity, but also it's a matter of what you create with your personal skills as an individual, as a soul with a very unique purpose and path. There's an emphasis on creativity and creation, right? The magician wields all four elements and is present and is aware of his ability to create, to be the creator and manifester of his world, right? And so there's a period of creation that is absolutely underway. And it regards, I'm sensing to a certain degree also, your finances or your career. Okay? And the building and even the perception that we have of what makes us feel stable and grounded. Right? I feel that's what is under reconfiguration or has been under reconfiguration. Okay? And I feel that you're approaching this process of achieving stability and groundedness, financial, material, or otherwise, right? In a way that greater involves your personal hand, right, in that creative process. Front and center. That's the feeling that I'm getting. So whatever this transformation is, it speaks to your being, you. It's not just my environment's changing. It's like you are literally transforming. And where you're entering is boundless opportunity and growth. It's a whole new world. Right? Just to get all Disney on you guys. But to give you that feeling, right? It's enchantment. Total enchantment. I mean, there's so much air, right? Realizing I'm the creator of my world. It's up to me to transform, right? And to enter this boundless scape of harmony, cooperation within my environment and within myself, right? Emotional stability and satisfaction. The ability to enjoy the moment, right? Lovely. I'm sensing, right, that there's been a period of rumination. There's been a requirement of you to remain sort of impending before you take official action on whatever this beginning is, right? It's sort of like the laying of the groundwork, the foundation work of whatever this new beginning is. It's like before you take flight, there's a reconfiguration, right? Of the of what forms the basis of this mountain, so to speak, that we are building, and that we are ascending. The devil, the mountain goat, right over it, right? It's like before you climb this mountain, there's a state of laying the groundwork, right, that needs to be put in place. And you're taking the time, absolutely, even if it's meditative, to really set these stones in order, so to speak, right? Put your pillars in place, right? But not in a way that is just rational or logical, right? It's really coming from a place that's very real to you, that you feel, right? that I want to create this mountain. I want this mountain to be built upon the foundations of my soul truth. What is real to me, right? It's a very creative sort of dynamic energy, even though it's pentacles, even though it's a regimented sort of energy. There's an inherent creativity to it, right? Especially when paired with the hermit. It's like I'm taking the downtime that I need to really engage my vision, my intuition, right? And I see you, I feel you sort of remaining, right? Perhaps in silence, right? Thinking about what is going to be the most conducive way to do this, to lay the groundwork. And you're going from a 3 to a 4 of Pentacles. So the emphasis is on how do I want to how do I want everything that comes forward upon this transformation to be colored in a way. Okay. Tune in 1 second. You're being very strategic about this. You're being very strategic, Sagittarius. Right? It's like, you're like, I know that I can manifest what I want, right? You have this awareness, this realization, an alliance, right, with your potential. But you're thinking, I want, before I create, I want to create with intention, and I want it to be built upon a solid foundation that is going to be conducive for long-term growth. It's like you're building a mountain. You're not just, planting a little flower and, right, like, watering the flower every day and just enjoying the flower for the flower. It's sort of like you are building a freaking mountain, and this mountain is going to sustain life. Like, I'm really feeling that. It's going to be I'm feeling even like community, like you're building something that's going to be magnanimous, Sagittarius, right? And it's like you're building a whole new world. That's what I'm feeling. You're creating a whole new world that's enchanting for you and for others, right? Where it's open and welcome and receptive to collaboration and harmony, right? Peace. I'm feeling that strongly, Sagittarius. And so you're taking the much needed time to think before you act, to think before you set your intentions forward and in motion, because you know that once you light that match, right, it's gonna be a domino effect, right? Your dreams are gonna be set ablaze. And so it's that period of reconfiguring, right? Thinking, what direction do I want this fire to grow in? And so at the base, you have these 3 cards that popped out. The Hanged Man, the 2 of Swords in reverse, and the 6 of Swords upright. Now, okay. There's a period of waiting. There's absolutely a period of waiting. But I'm sensing that you have made your decision on how to make this transformation, how you want it to look like, the strategy behind it. I feel that perhaps before you felt it in your gut, right? You're like, I know, like, generally what I want to do. I have a general conception perhaps one that is a bit ambiguous. But I know that I know that there's a lighthouse and that there's not just this blur of light. I know that there is this lighthouse. And so I feel that you've, in a way, reached the lighthouse. You've reached that higher peak of clarity with strategy of how you want to move forward strategically with this. There's greater clarity of strategy, but there is still a need to wait in some shape or another. It's like the hanged man knows, right, that the hanged man needs to wait until day comes, right? It's like a waiting that is, especially as I'm feeling it here for you, it's a waiting that is expected. It's almost like, it's not like waiting, right, without any sort of idea of when you need to stop waiting. It's like, I know, I need to pass the night, right? The sun will come. I know the sun will come. I just need to, right, hang 10 until it does. So I'm feeling that you've made a decision, right? But before you can act on it, there's a certain element of needing to remain at the mercy of time in some shape or form. But it's a cycle. It's something cyclical that I feel right? You're like, I know I need to wait for this. And I can't technically move and take action before my time has come. And so you're taking the much needed time as you're waiting to plan the stages so that once the time does come, you can step forward and manifest. Okay, and take action towards what you want to manifest as well. Okay? That's the essence of it that I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius. Now, at the very top of the reading, you have these 3 cards. The Devil, upright, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, Father of Cups in reverse. Okay. Tune in here. Interesting. The Magician and the Father of Cups, both kind of characters, right? They're next to each other and they're both looking off in this direction. They're both in reverse as well. The Devil, conversely, is looking off in the opposite direction at the Lovers, which is looking over at theme, the 6 of Wands. So there's a lot of foresight. And anticipation for movement forward, this journey forward, transformation. And the 3 of Pentacles and the Devil both speak to the earth element, right? But the Devil, I kind of see this card also as embodying fire to some extent, right? This mountain goat is fire-footed. So, and the mountain goat ascends the mountain, climbs the mountain. So there's absolutely a relation between these 2 energies here as I'm feeling it for you. The Father of Cups is somewhat of a detached energy, and the Father of Cups is really, really opposite of the Devil, both sandwiching those 3 of Pentacles. The Devil is Capricorn's card and speaks to the relentless pursuit of what it is we desire. It's a very desirous card. It's also a very sensual card. It can be, right, depending on how it shows up and where. Looking over at the Lovers, you can kind of guess, right, how this may play out or be interpreted if this is a love situation. If this is a love situation. But I'm feeling for you that, and it will depend, right? It may be different for everyone. Let me tune in. Okay, so let me continue with this, right? The Father of Cups is different than the Devil, absolutely. In terms of, the Father of Cups has a softer disposition, right? There's a feeling of being easily swayed, perhaps even by emotions, as I'm feeling it for you here in the spread. And in reverse, the Father of Cups is especially influenced by their emotional capacity, right? To feel, to express. There's a feeling of being out of control by way of emotions. Whereas the Devil is like, this is what I feel, I want, and I'm gonna go get it. It's kind of like that. It's a very different disposition. So where the Devil is kind of in control, or believes that, right, it is in control, or tries to be in control in some way by pursuing directly what it desires, the Father of Cups is somewhat at the mercy, right, of his or her or their emotionalism, their emotionalism. So it's sort of like you have this 3 of Pentacles in the middle, which is very stable, right? It's like very stable. 3 is a very stable number. And Pentacles, stability, earth, groundedness. But then on either side, right, you have this energy that's kind of like going down, like weighing heavily down. Father of Cups in reverse, and water, to begin with, being a heavier sort of element. Right? Stagnant. Stagnancy, passivity, and then zest, fire, pursuit, action, passion. Right? So we're seeing this this almost oscillation, right, between 2 energies that interact with this central sort of priority or goal. I'm feeling goal, right, of building this mountain. And again, the Father of Cups is looking over at the Magician, both in reverse. I will say this, Sagittarius. This can be 2 halves to your being, the 2 sides of you, right? One that is very sort of ambitious, right? I'm going to go after what I want. I'm going to get it. I have my eye on the prize. I have my eye on the prize. Right? I'm going after the world. I'm putting matters in my own hands, taking the bull by the horns. And I'm going straight forward. But there's something about this 3 of Pentacles that's in reverse that cautions us, right? I'm feeling cautions us because it's almost saying that there needs to be a balance and cooperation between these 2 propensities of energy, either around you in your environment or inherently, right, as it expresses itself in some shape or form within this project or venture. So I'm feeling that. If this is, right, if this is representing you and the 2 halves of your being, there must be a balance, right, that's struck between your emotional expression, self-understanding even, maturity, emotional maturity, right? The expression of emotions in such a way that is tempered and that fuels, right? Fuels our creativity rather than dampens it in some way, right? Because see, fire is a very creative energy. Fire creates, it's heat, it's light. It's the spark, right, in and of every one of us. And the Magician, I feel, is a very fiery kind of card. It embodies all the elements, but I'm feeling it's very fiery, especially in this particular spread for you. Father of Cups is like heavy, heavy, heavy water, especially in reverse, heavy, heavy, heavy water, in such a way where it's like the floodgate cannot even control sort of our emotions sometimes, right, in some shape or form. So when we see the Father of Cups looking over the Magician, both in reverse, it's kind of like, don't let your emotional, a flood of emotions, right, overpower you, or put out your set you off balance. Okay, set you off balance. I'm feeling that it's like there's a need to maintain balance and control, centrality. That's really what I'm feeling, right? The core, because the core of all this is this Three of Pentacles in reverse, right? Surrounded again by these two cards, which are very polar energies. So it's striking a balance between our sentimentality, right? Our compassion, our creativity that is derived from an emotional place, right? That we feel in control of at the same time, right? Not being overpowered or overthrown by our emotions, right? To which we then feel perhaps out of balance in some way. And that which, right, propels us, the ambition, the drive that propels us forward in pursuing our goals. But the devil, right, again, it's so interesting because the devil is like walking away, right, charging away from this mountain that's in reverse. But it needs the mountain. It needs the mountain to be upright. In fact, it needs the mountain altogether. It can't just, right, charge forward aimlessly. It needs its path, its terrain, something to climb, its ambition, its drive. So it's like the devil cannot move forward until the Three of Pentacles is upright. And similarly, the Father of Cups cannot swim away from this Three of Pentacles, right, without tempering itself in such a way that allows for creation, conducive, right? Conducive parameters of creation, right? So they're both of these energies and halves of your being, I'm feeling, are bound to the need to strike balance, internal balance, right? And trying to build our mountain, we first have to stabilize ourselves, right? Us being a reflection of what we create in a way. So in order to create stability in your environment, you need to create stability in and of yourself. That's really what I'm feeling, okay? So Father of Cups motioning over to the Magician in reverse, saying like, remember, right? It's not about all emotions, too many emotions, getting lost and swirled up in emotions, and conversely, too much ambition and fire and just charging ahead without really, right, paying mind to all of the elements that go into building and creating harmony and balance, right? It's temperance. It's a tempered and balanced approach. And it's really, right, all coming down to your impending ability to manifest and create by way of balance, right? The Magician reminds us of that in and of itself, that creation is a craft, an art, right, in which we alchemize, we use all of our elements and skills in in synchrony, right? That's what I'm feeling for you strongly, Sagittarius, okay? Beautiful. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This was a beautiful reading. I'm so excited to see how these energies play out for you. And so, yeah, I will be back in about a week or so, perhaps less, with your mid-March readings. So we'll see how that plays out for you guys. And let's see, the general March reading actually is already out. So if you guys haven't already checked it out, feel free to do so. It was a brilliant reading, as have been the last few readings for Sagittarius, as we know, right? So I'm really heavily awaiting with grand anticipation of how this is all going to play out for us in the month of March and beyond. All right. Also, feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, as oftentimes those will provide you with further insights. I know that I resonate a lot with my moon, which is Sagittarius, so feel free to check it out. If you don't know your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, feel free to click the link below in the description box that I provide and enter in your birth details. But when you do so, just make sure that the time is correct, even down to the very minute, as oftentimes that can change your signs that are computed, especially for your ascendant, but possibly for your moon as well. All right, it's not guaranteed, so just check it out, play with the times around a bit, see what you get. It's kind of cool to get to know ourselves just beyond our sun sign, right? There's a lot more to it. All right, thank you so much, Sagittarius. Have a beautiful February. The rest of it, we're almost nearing its end, and I'll see you soon.